Hey, this is Dale Tinsley. You're listening to the Connect Podcast. Our purpose is to guide you to connect with yourself so that you can connect with others and live a life of meaning and value. Continuing the series, Connecting with Ourselves. Peace be with you. Welcome back to Connect. Hope you guys are doing awesome today, taking care of yourselves, nurturing yourselves, loving yourselves, self-accountability. Today's episode is intentions and attention. So what do you think about when you hear the word intention? Think about that for a second. Let's start off by looking outside of ourselves. Let's take note or grab an image, a moment, where you notice somebody did something. And they had good intentions. They were of service. They did you a favor. They even came out of their comfort zone, and their heart was in the right place. And you felt something in that moment. You felt love, you felt gratitude, you're appreciative because they helped you out. So in that moment, you check that box. You say, this person, their intentions were good. And the things associated with that moment, good energy, good vibrations, good frequencies, it felt right, it went right. Maybe there were some adjustments that needed to be made in the moment, real time. That's life. Not everything goes exactly to plan. Now, pair that with attention. Intention and attention. For those things, when they come together, you have success. So the person in that moment, they stepped up, they had the right equipment, they had the right attitude, they were focused, they were deliberate, they were intentional, and they had all of their attention with their intentions of helping. They weren't distracted. They weren't preoccupied with anything else but being present, being committed to that moment. And that's the power of having the right intention with the proper attention. So that's a short breakdown of a quick moment that you can think about to kind of get your head going and get the wheels turning, get your mind open, get your heart open for today's discussion. We're going to dig into some different layers, and we'll self-reflect on intentions. With the goal being, we get to pure intentions. The goal being that we live in pure intentions. And it'll make us more adaptable and so many more things. So let's dive right in. So how do we vet our intentions? Now, this is an internal question. How do we vet our intentions? I think they're good. So I'd ask you this. You have good intentions, you go in, and you try and help, and then it doesn't go to plan, and mentally you react with, I don't even know why I try. This always happens. I knew I shouldn't have said nothing. If that is the reaction, and it happens, that's coming from a fixed mindset. That reaction is coming from your ego. If you look at those moments, the intentions weren't pure. Or maybe you have a bunch of onions in your bag that are really, really, really bubbling up to the surface. And that one moment of trying to do good gets pulled on by all that negativity, by that fixed mindset. And it is a challenge to break free of the fixed mindset. It's work to deal with and process and work through the different layers of consciousness, the victim mentality, fear, anger, resentment, depression, all of these things that keep us at a lower level of consciousness. We are pure light, pure love. And then the world, society, friends, even our own parents, well, they add different layers that cover up our light. So let's go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And how do we really get to our purest of intentions? The book by Deepak Chopra, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. That's where I started tapping in to the ability to get into pure intentions. Recommend that book. It's a great read. In the self-reflection work, you make the time to self-reflect. As you're self-reflecting, whatever it is you want a new job, you want to be financially free, you want to start dating someone, you want your child to go to the best school, you want this new car, anything that you want, you have to make the time to sit in self-reflection with it. And you'll notice your ego will start looking at ways of how the selfishness, I'll use the child going to a particular school or college. We'll use that example right now, real time. So I want so-and-so to go to this school. Now you're in the self-reflection, right? You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Is it because you want the notoriety for yourself, that this is your child going to that school? That you want the accolades and you want the prestige or the post on social media? Is it something selfish within yourself from your own ego that you want this? And that's okay. That's reality. The key is to push that out of the way and get to the purest intentions. That particular school, or maybe one of 3, has the best program for the path forward for your child to blossom and get the best education that they need. That should be the purest intention, taking yourself out of the picture and what's right for the child. What gives the child the best opportunity to grow, learn, push themselves, challenge themselves, come out of their comfort zone, move forward, have courage, have trust, and build themselves into the best version of themselves in that experience that that school is going to offer. Those are the deeper, more profound levels. And when you start digging in the self-reflection on any topic, I want this new car, I want this job, you have to dig into it and uncover what's really of value and of meaning. The ego is the ultimate trickster. And to do things and operate from the ego, it's temporary. It's a temporary, quick high. It's the quick dopamine shot. And it goes like this. So-and-so got into this school. You might throw in there, we're so proud of her. Okay. But is it just about the post and the likes? What if nobody likes it? Are you still going to feel the same way? With social media now, it's clear to all of us how this has really affected society. It has its purpose. It's got good things too with it, but it's really an opportunity for people's egos to run crazy and unchecked. And that's one layer of reality. So those are some examples. That's some conversation on how to dig in to get to your purest intentions. Really being honest with yourself and just sit in the moment. Sit in the moment and just be honest and let it come out. Is it about what the ego's throwing in at you? We can benefit like this. You can be seen this way. You'll get this out the deal. Or is it coming from a pure place of genuinely being of service to others? Is it coming from a place where you're truly connected to your genuineness and your authenticity and love? The ego will even hijack a moment. You'll be in the middle of something, being of service to someone else, stepping up and helping them. And then a moment will present itself, and the ego's like, well, let's take advantage of that. So that's why staying focused, having self-accountability, self-love are key in having pure intentions. The right intentions with the right attention. That keeps us away from judgment and regret. Open mouth, insert foot. That's what the ego does, constantly. And really digging into our mindsets and seeing our ego, seeing our genuineness and our authenticity, having that courage, having that honesty in the self-reflection work, that's where the change happens. We are not the ego. We are the awareness that sees the mind. We hear, we sit in silence. We observe the mind nonstop, until you silence that mind and you're sitting with God, connected to the field of pure potentiality, connected to the consciousness, the collective consciousness that is all of us, tapping into that And when you tap into that in your meditation, that's when you introduce your pure intentions. I want Haven to go to this school because this is the best opportunity for her to grow into the person she's designed to be. And like that, the ripple effect will start to happen. When you throw that pure intention into the field of infinite possibilities. Keep in mind, if you're negotiating a deal, what are your intentions? To screw the other person over? To get over on them? What kind of energy is associated with that? What kind of intentions are those? A fair deal is a beneficial agreement for both people. It's a trade. You have something of meaning and value. Someone else has something of meaning and value. And you trade. You come together, you negotiate. Honesty is the best policy. You've heard that. Maybe not so much as of late. Honesty is definitely the best policy, because when you're honest, you're in your authenticity, you're being genuine. The energy that you put off, the vibration that you put off, the body language that you exude, people see it. People see you're genuine. They see you being real. They see you being authentic. A lot of times, if they're coming from a fixed mindset and they're of the state of mind, I'm going to get one over on him. I'm going to take advantage of this person or this situation. They'll probably be irritated that you're so genuine. But at the end of the day, they can't do anything except respect it. Respect it. We have to look ourselves in the mirror. And that's who you need to respect more than anyone else, is yourself. Because it's our hero's journey. And it's a process. Endless refinement. Endless refinement. We're like that stone that comes down the side of the mountain and lands in the river. It broke off, hit that water, made a big splash, full of jagged sides, sharp sides. But the water runs over it and runs over it until it starts to smooth it out. And that's us dealing with our egos, dealing with our character defects, our shortcomings, because we all have ego. But having the honesty to look yourself in the eye and go deeper and deeper and deeper, where you see your spirit in there and you choose to live by the Spirit, that's the breakthrough. That's when the shift happens and you start pulling that power away from the ego. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired because you know what the ego does. Constantly creating chaos, self-sabotage. We get one go. We get one shot. And life is way too short to be anything other than your authentic self. No matter what anybody else says. So I challenge you to self-reflect on any topic. And don't make a decision after the first session of self-reflection. When you have a big decision to make, you don't make it like that. Take your next big decision that you have and make the time to be alone, somewhere peaceful, and truly go into a deep self-reflection. Use the power of sitting with the intentions behind the decision and see your ego in your mind, how the ego will try and come in, and stay connected to your genuine self. Pure light, pure love, limitless potential, your authenticity. When it's time to act, when it's time to implement these intentions, or if it's spur of the moment, the level of attention that you bring. Are you prepared? Are you rested? Are you in the right mindset? Do you have the tools necessary? Do you have the ability to reach out to someone else and ask for help? Call somebody in that can get it done and give you a hand. Are you focused? Focus is huge in bringing your attention to execute the proper intentions. Hope today's episode got the wheels in your head spinning super fast and got that heart open. The purest of intentions comes straight from the heart. Straight from the heart. That's where that courage is, that trust, that love that we need to be living by. Invite you to go to theconnection.studio. Grab the journal for today's episode for the deeper dive into intentions and attention. Thank you for your time. God bless. Thanks for joining us at the Connection Studio. You can support us by sharing with others and posting to social media. Keep doing the internal work, as it will truly make all the difference. God bless.